Haida in this matter. We believe that sentence would be proportionate. We understand that this is a unfortunate incident where a person was struck with a bottle. However, there were not any lasting injuries. There was not an intent to strike the person that was hit. There was a incident that occurred at a bar. Things got a little bit out of hand. My client reacted angrily towards bar security, who, in ejecting her from the bar, took some liberties in terms of where they put their hands on her. The person who ended up being hit was not involved, and my client was, from the very beginning, incredibly apologetic with regards to that. She's ready to make atone now. She is in school. She's currently studying for, and the court will have to excuse me, I know it's a type of medical program, not like a doctor, but a special medical program, but I'm forgetting exactly what. She does work in a hospital full time. She lives out of state, so we would ask for the least restrictive terms of probation possible. She lives in Maryland.
You're gonna get the same terms as anybody that was living in Michigan.
Fair enough, Your Honor.
Okay.
I know, and maybe it can be transferred to Maryland as well.
No, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be Michigan.
Very well, Your Honor. This is, she did have a prior Haida offense, but other than that, which was some 6 years ago now, she's had no criminal record. I believe she is an outstanding candidate for probation and for Haida. We'd ask the court to adopt that. Thank you.
How old is Ms. Coates? Well, I'm sorry. My question is, how old was Ms. Coates at the time of the incident?
At the time of the incident, Your Honor, let me do the calculation very quickly. I know it was old enough that the prosecutor had to agree to Haida, but I don't.
Oh, they had to agree.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Ritter, is that your understanding then, that the people agreed to Haida?
So just looking at the plea agreement, as far as the sentencing agreement, it does look like my supervisor did approve Ms. Coates for Haida. So the people have no objection to Haida.
Okay, all right. Anything else, Mr. Dupree?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Coates, would you like to make a statement on your own behalf?
No, I would not, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is going to impose the following sentence. I will accept the recommendation for a 12-month probation period, and the people have consented to a sentencing under Haida. So from this point forward, or as after today, Ms. Coates' matter will be suppressed, not viewable to the public, and meaning in addition, her matter will not be on the live stream, the court's live stream. The court is going to impose the following terms and conditions of the probation. You shall not violate any criminal law of any governmental unit. I'm assuming, it's this assumption that she had permission to be out of state. Was she living out of state when the incident occurred?
I believe that she moved there subsequently, Your Honor, but we did get explicit permission at a prior hearing for her to be out of state for the pendency of the case.
And what state does she live in?
She currently resides in Maryland, Your Honor.
Thank you. So Ms. Coates cannot leave the state of Maryland without the consent of the court. She must notify probation of any change of her address, phone number. I'm wondering what was funny about that. I don't know.
Judge, if I could actually offer a suggestion of someone who used to live in the DC area. She's probably going to have to get a lot of permission because she lives in Silver Spring.
Ma'am, stop. Okay, stop. Let him speak for you, because in a minute I'll make you come back to Michigan. So let's stop. Please, let's stop. This is court. It's not no friendship Zoom call. We're in court.
So, Judge, as I was saying, the area Silver Spring, Maryland, where she resides, is part of the DC metro area. It is incredibly linked with Virginia and DC. I would imagine in an average week, she probably travels to DC and Virginia on multiple occasions.
I'm not allowing it. Let me say this to you. If your client continues to roll her neck and roll her eyes and not allow this proceeding to proceed in the manner that it should, then I'm not going to allow it. Let me say this. This is a Michigan case. It's a Michigan case. You're asking me for something. You are asking me for something. But if your client is going to continue to roll her eyes and roll her neck and not allow you to represent her, then I won't do it. I won't do it. We're not going to do that. Mr. Dupree, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, could we perhaps pass the matter so I can speak to her?
You may, but I don't even understand why she's rolling her eyes and rolling her neck. It's simply a process. Now, if she wants to represent herself, she can represent herself. But my goodness, I'm not understanding. It's not even necessary. You're simply asking me for something. You're explaining something. I don't know what all this neck rolling and eye rolling is about. I just don't. I don't. I'm sending her to breakout room number 1.
What's up, courtners? Time to get served. It's your boy Bill. It's been a while since I made a video. What's up? How we doing? The channel's been exploding. It's been crazy, but I just want to tell you, thank you. I love the support. Make sure you hit like, subscribe to the channel. And just as crazy as the explosion of the channel has been, it's not as half as crazy as the TPOs I got today. So let's roll, nerds. So our first video up is going to be at a Wyandotte. It's an update on Mr. Parker, the man who was using 2 different names and it was somebody else. Just wait till you hear what he says to Judge Mom now.
And B, well, A, actually B. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Parker, if you can please unmute. Mr. Parker, can you please sit on mute on the device or no? Are you able to do that?
All right, it's been done.
Thank you. All right, your name, sir?
Gerald Parker.
All right, thank you. And today's the date scheduled for sentencing on Mr. Parker's plea to count B of open alcohol.
Right.
And counsel, you had an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, it's factually accurate.
All right, and as to the recommendation.
Your Honor, the recommendation is credit for time served. I'd ask that be adopted.
All right, and so Mr. Parker?
Yes.
All right. What, you have a couple warrants out of Lincoln Park. Since you've been in custody?
I saw I did, but I don't remember what year it was, and I'm not even sure that I have a warrant in Lincoln Park. As far as I know, through the years, I am unaware of that. As far as me having a warrant, it's probably most likely, I have a twin out there since '97. That's the only thing I can come up with. They pulled me over, they threw me against the wall, and they said, that's not him. So I've been dealing with my twin since '97. That's the only.
So he's had a twin only since '97. So 96 and above, he'd had to deal with the twin.
Only thing I can offer. I don't have a warrant in Lincoln Park, but my twin does. Some guy that looks like me, but it's not me. They if they pull me over in Lincoln Park, Melvindale, it's the same thing all the time. That's not it.
Sir, Mr. Parker, Mr.
Yes.
Parker. So what do you mean your twin came about in
There's a
1997?
guy out there that matches my description, but not my fingerprints. So is I never
Okay.
been to Lincoln Park Court at all. As far as I know.
Okay, well, that's why there is a warrant out for your arrest.
Well, I guess the Lincoln Park has the wrong person. I don't know nothing about that, Your Honor.
Okay, well, all right, it's from, let's see.
What year is
The date of
that
the warrant- Hold on, I'm going to tell you right now. The date of the warrant was February 18th of 2021. It appears as though it was an incident from the end of 2020. And it says misdemeanor for public order crimes. And it was through Lincoln Park Police. And then, later on that year, December 6th of 2021, for a 2021 case, another misdemeanor charge for public order crimes with Lincoln Park Police. So that shows disorderly person on that one.
Oh,
Sir,
that must have been at Lincoln Park Community Center.
You can't.
that's possible. There also appears to be another one, the date of the warrant, oh no, that was from this court, never mind. That one is now recalled. All right, so sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, the court will note that you have been in custody since February 14th.
Oh, Valentine's Day. Oh. No.
Yeah, in where I'm at right now.
Thanks.
I'm currently enrolled in rehab for the last 4 months.
All right, cool.
But
And where was that at, sir?
Lake Ridge currently. That's where all my property is. But
Right, but didn't you try to leave? Isn't that what happened?
no.
That's
No.
how did you end up in custody, sir?
They
Oh, yeah, no,
they
that's fine.
they
Nope.
didn't.
No, sir. Nope.
It,
You were in Lake Ridge treatment
yeah.
and there is an allegation you tampered with. But you had warrants out, Wayne County Jail arrested you.
They brought me here, yeah.
Correct. All right. So here's what the court's going to do. The court's going to indicate 60 days jail, credit for 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
And sir, you may be tethered back to treatment.
Okay. What are we gonna do about my personal belongings at Lake Ridge? All that stuff gets thrown out? Or
What about his twin?
No, sir, that would be something that would be discussed between Wayne County Jail and Lake Ridge.
So I'm gonna be here for a while? Or transfer to?
Sir, I indicated you can be tethered to treatment,
Okay,
so hopefully you can go back to Lake Ridge.
all right. Yeah, that'd be about right.
And the court's going to suspend the fines and costs.
All right.
All right, anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
She said counseling goes, I wish I was this carefree in life. Oh my God, just no stress. Like, I'm going to be here for a while. We've got like 40 something days. I'm going to be here for a while.
Okay. All right, thank you. Have a good day. We're going to go off the record. All right, you're all set, Mr. Parker. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Judge Mom likes him.
Okay, Mr. Lane, do you know where Mr. Puda is?
Electric and gas bill because something's wrong with consumers, but I can tell you that we're behind in that too. There's only one income in this house and there is a baby due next month as well. There should be a payment made. I just filed my taxes. I received my state taxes. I know you guys do with income withholding on that. So you guys should be getting a payment from my taxes. I was supposed to get 600 and some change, and I only received $238 back. So there should be a decent payment going to you guys out of my taxes.
Mr. Brzezinski, if the court proceeds with contempt proceedings at some point, would this be a first or subsequent finding?
I believe this would be a first finding of contempt, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to set this for a contempt hearing in April. Mr. Sylvester, there's a couple of things that you need to do under the law. And number one is to make your payments, of course.
Okay, well, I have absolutely zero.
Can you listen to me for a
No,
second?
I'm listening. You guys tell me this every fucking time.
First of all, don't use that kind of language. You're in a court.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
I don't come up there.
I'm gonna hold you in contempt. I'm gonna issue a bench warrant for you to be arrested. Do you want that to happen?
No, but you guys tell me this every time. I have 92 applications out on fucking Indeed right now. I can't help that I can't get a job.
Mr. Sylvester, based on your language, I've already warned you one time. If you use that language again, I will hold you in contempt.
Okay, well, as I was saying, I cannot help that I can't get a job. Okay,
So,
I've had some places call me back, but it doesn't get me anywhere. I've had 2 interviews out of all of my applications. We've got 1 vehicle, one income. My insurance is actually almost expired because I can't pay that either. I don't know how I'm supposed to make payments when I don't have an income. I don't know how you want me to prove it, but I'll prove it.
Are you done?
Okay, I see where this is going.
Are you gonna listen, or are you-
Oh, I'm listening. I'm gonna get my shit transferred.
All right, you just used more inappropriate language. So I'm going to, based on your conduct here at this hearing today, I'm going to find you in contempt. I'm going to order that you serve 30 days in the Otsego County Jail for contempt in the view of the court. This is a summary proceeding, and that's based on your conduct here in front of the court.
I'll speak it to a lawyer
I'm going to
about
issue a
that.
bench warrant for your arrest. You'll serve your 30 days here once you're arrested and brought before the court. I'm also going to set this for a contempt hearing in April. If you aren't employed and you can't make payments, you need to provide proof of that to the front of the
Okay, how?
court.
You
Bring
guys
proof of
don't
that
tell
to
me
the
any
hearing
way
in
how.
April, or bring proof of that to the hearing in April.
Okay, you
Bill,
guys want proof, but you guys right here, this is exactly what I'm.
Okay, I'm muting Mr. Sylvester now because I need to be able to make a record and he's talking over me.
Because you guys don't give me a chance.
I'm going to, I gave Mr.
Hey, babe.
This Sylvester, I've given you more than an adequate opportunity to talk here today. And at some point you have to listen and you're not doing that. So I'm muting you because I need to make a record. So if you don't provide that proof to the front of the court at the hearing in April, or bring it or provide it to the court for the hearing in April, then the court will issue or proceed with contempt proceedings, and you could be subject to a contempt penalty of up to 45 additional days. So Mr. Brzezinski, if you can set that for a hearing for contempt in April, I'm going to issue a bench warrant for the court's finding of direct contempt here on the record today, which is a separate issue that you don't need to deal with, Mr. Brzezinski.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I will do that.
He gone, Judge. He gone.
All right, the last one we have set is Lauer versus Fisher. That's case number 0511401.
The whole truth.
Okay, so that was Judge Mertz, if you're asking. Judge Mertz at Ostiago Municipal Court. All right, so this one is a TPO, an employment. It has to do with a workplace type of TPO, not a family one. And this is out of Thurston County. If you guys haven't checked out Thurston County has some characters and some cases. Oh boy. All right, here we go.
truth and nothing but the truth.
I do swear.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Dyson, please proceed.
I was the
I was
athletic
full
director, or I
confirmed.
am the athletic director and oversaw the department that Wes worked in. And on January 16th of this year,
No, I'm not
my
live. I'm
management
doing a
team and
pre-recorded
I
one. Remember how
determined that
told
we
you
needed to
that
terminate
I can't see, like,
Wesley's employment with
where the
us due to
algorithm doesn't hit
behavioral issues
as
that had
much?
been addressed. Since the
All right.
16th, there has been
Let me
ongoing
call you back when this
terrorism,
one's over.
terrorizing email,
All right.
texting, screenshots from other people coming to my personal email, my work email, my front desk email, my admin's email, my owner, my director, my manager, all of us have been getting these messages. They are vulgar, they're offensive, they are sexist, misogynistic. He is being derogatory, degrading, attacking personal character, and it needs to stop. I'm uncomfortable in my workplace. I have been looking for his truck when I go to work, afraid that he may show up and be present on site. And I don't want that fear in my life. I feel like he has way overstepped a boundary after being terminated and has been going on, let's see, last Monday, I guess would have been the last contact, and then he was served on Wednesday. So it's been almost 2 months, I guess 6-7 weeks of this ongoing communication and has not stopped even after my explicit request a few weeks back via email. I have blocked his messages and he has created new email addresses to continue to harass and terrorize us and my team.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything additional that you want me to consider?
I don't feel safe. I feel this situation needs to be addressed and he needs to not be permitted within anywhere near me, my workplace, my home, my car. He needs to not contact anyone at my workplace as I am overseeing that business and I have access and can see all messages. So I do not want any more further communication. He's not admitted at our business as an internal decision and he just doesn't need to be anywhere near me anymore.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Stockwell, your turn. Please proceed.
Okay, I'm just going to read this off the same document that I submitted this morning to you, Your Honor. And
Oh, Mr. Stockwell. Oh boy, you're a bad cat.
try and be clear as concise as possible and shorten it up. I'd like to begin by stating that I will fully comply with the harassment order that I received earlier this or last end of February. I am not and have never been a physical threat to Heather Dyson. I have had no contact or behavior associated with this order since February 27th, 2 days before I was able to read and acknowledge receipt of the order, which was on March 1st. I had been traveling in remote areas of Ecuador and was not able to fully read the PDF attachment that was attached to the email until March 1st. Again, I will fully comply with the order and I am not a physical threat to Ms. Dyson. I've never in my personal or professional life ever used physical force against anyone. I was in the Washington State Patrol for 27 years and never once used force against anyone because I had the ability to use my verbal skills to avoid such things. I was surprised when I read in Heather's, Ms. Dyson's narrative that she thought I was a physical threat to her. Never. I didn't even cross my mind about physically harming her. The electronic communications I sent to her and her employer and my former coworkers does meet the harassment definition provided by the court. They were meant only to bring attention to her failings as my boss and to the failings to the tennis club that she works for. Admittedly, at times I used vulgar language and gestures in the communications, but never threatening language. The vulgar messages I sent were during times when I had been drinking alcoholic beverages, something I don't do in excess, but as is well known, any amount of alcohol lessens the inhibitions for the person consuming it. I would like to apologize to Ms. Dyson for the vulgar messages. And in conclusion, I once again state to the court that I will fully comply with the order. I am not a physical threat to Ms. Dyson and request that this temporary order be canceled after the hearing.
So basically what he's saying is, Judge, I really don't bust her chops and send vulgar things normally, but when I drink, occasionally when I drink, I'm going to send her some vulgar stuff. So just forget about everything. I was drunk. It was some drunk texting. I'm sorry. Just forget it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Dyson, anything further?
I would like to share that despite the maybe blurred lines of where there's a physical threat or not, the language that's been presented is extremely offensive, terrorizing, and harassing. I don't have any regard for the state that Wesley was in when he sent those messages. It's inappropriate and excessive. And his failings messages also exceeded into defamation of character, accusing me and my general manager of having an affair, using vulgar language, saying I had freshly fucked looks on my face, asking if I've had the big P lately. Very offensive language, not in regard to my work performance at all whatsoever. Whether he started that rumor, I don't know, but he has surely taken great pleasure in utilizing it over and over again in personal messages to our Google business profile, to me personally via email, to WhatsApp, text. It has been incessant. So even if he did have things that he wished to point out about my work, after a day or two, I would have understood him having those things to note and giving that feedback. This is beyond that. And I would like this to be put into effect for the full year so that I do not have to deal with this level of harassment and terror in my life as he recovers from this termination.
Okay, thank you. Very briefly, anything additional, Mr. Stockwell?
Yes, Your Honor, I did not start the rumor. It was in effect when about the affair with the coworker, and it was occurring. The allegation was that it was occurring at work, so it definitely pertained to her performance working at the club. Avery, our former employee, is the one who informed me about the rumor when I got there. I said I noticed some behavior, and she said, "Yeah, everybody knows that." I did not start the rumor, Your Honor. Again, it never even dawned on me.
I'm not certain it's relevant whether or not a rumor was started by a particular person.
Well, I just want the court to know I did not start the rumor. Okay.
Okay.
And the behavior stopped as soon as I became aware. Actually, 2 days before I became aware of the order, it had stopped. I've run out of material. I pointed out all the flaws that I could in those emails, and I stopped. Yes, there was vulgar language used. Yes, I sent her a couple photos of me on vacation flipping her the bird. I was angry. I lost my job, a job that I should probably have and she shouldn't have, but that's the way it is. So I've moved on, and there will be no further communications with Ms. Dyson about anything, I assure you, and I'm not a threat to her.
Could you imagine those vacation photos? He's got a Hawaiian shirt on, a big cabana hat, banana hammock on. Why are you even worrying about her? Enjoy yourself. Have a pina colada. Leave Miss Dyson alone. Send vacation photos flipping her the bird. I can't.
I would like to make one more comment, if that's all right.
Look at that sweater Wes Stockwell's wearing. He's definitely wearing white tennis shorts on. Definitely. Definitely has white tennis shorts on.
Okay, it'll be just a few moments while I fill out my order. I am issuing the order. It is an anti-harassment order. It's going to be for 1 year.
Leave her alone, Wes. Wow. Just wow. Could you believe it? When I'm on vacation, I could care less for my
Ms.
coworkers.
Dyson, one of the boxes on the form asks for an address to have Mr. Stockwell, stay away. You are allowed to keep that confidential. Would you like to keep that confidential?
Are you able to advise if there is a preferred method? I mean, I don't know if it's, I would like him to know not where not to come, but I also don't want him to have it. So what is the best option?
The difficulty, if he were to show up, there would have to be some way for him to know that it was yours. Realistically, if he's on your front steps, knocking on your door, that would be pretty obvious that he had already figured out what the address was. So would you like to keep it confidential?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Where'd Wes go? He's flipping her the bird, but shut the camera off. The judge doesn't even want to see him. Care less. His reasoning was god awful. Like, awful.
No contact with Ms. Dyson or her workplace. She's allowed to petition to resume this at the end of the year. So very likely your behavior, or hopefully lack thereof, will give her the reassurance she needs that this is over. Don't come within 1,000 feet of her house, her car, or her workplace. Do not contact her or her workplace. If you are friends with other people that work there, I'm not prohibiting you from contacting them outside of their workplace. But if you do it just so that she finds out, that I am prohibiting. That would be contact through a third party. So for your own safety in considering this order, you might want to just leave everyone alone so that it doesn't seem like an attempt at third party contact.
I understand.
Okay. I have signed that order. You can each get a copy on the Thurston County District Court website. And that is it for today. You're both free to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Turn it on, man.
So, here we go. Manning had a surprise TPO day today. Most of my down-home court nerds were probably in the chat watching it, but there were some cases. I'm going to have one on my live tonight, but just as a bonus in my video, welcoming everyone back, I am going to give you brother versus brother. Knockdown, drag out, TPO. Let's go.
Scratching your head. You got on some yellow, like, tank top or something. Put a shirt on with sleeves and change your name to your name. Galaxy 20A21. You got a red beard. You need to change your screen name to your name. iPhone. All iPhones. Your screen name needs to be your name, people. Screen name. I sent messages to the waiting room that your screen name needs to be your name. Screen name needs to be your name. Turn your cameras on. Callie Storm, Mr. Williams, turn your camera on. Callie Storm, turn your camera on. Santana Alexander, turn your camera on.
I'm working on it, Your Honor. This is Otis.
Okay, I got you, Mr. Callie Storm, turn your camera on. Callie Storm, turn your camera on. Your screen name does not need to be iPhone. Lady in the neon green shirt, your screen name cannot be iPhone. Kelly Storm, turn your camera on or I'm removing you from this meeting. Kelly Storm, turn your camera on or I'm removing you from this meeting. Well, let's remove her from the meeting.
Your Honor, that's my lawyer.
All right, well, maybe you want to call her, tell her to turn her camera on.
How do you
Galaxy
change the screen
A21,
name?
change your screen name, iPhone, screen name. Your screen names need to be your name, not Galaxy A21, not iPhone. All right, when I call your name, take yourself off of mute. Take yourself off of mute and answer with here. When I call your name, take yourself off mute and answer with the name here. With the answer here. All right, what I need everybody to do before they do anything is put their email in the chat. That includes you. There are two people on here, two ladies that their screen name is iPhone. And there's a gentleman in his car, you have a red beard, you have on a gray hoodie. Change your screen name to your name, not Galaxy A21. Nobody's name is Galaxy A21, nobody's name is iPhone. If it is, I will do your name change for free. I will waive filing and advertising costs just to change your name from iPhone or Galaxy to a name. All right, when I call your name, take yourself off mute and say here, please. And everybody put your email in the chat. Neighborly Williams. Here. All right, Ms. Williams, let's see. Raven Williams.
Here.
All right. Raven, you need to change your screen name. So Ms. Neighborly Williams, are you still wanting to go forward?
Now,
Are you still wanting to go forward?
yes.
Okay, thank you. If y'all both stand by, I've got, and put yourselves back on me. I got Stormy Odell
Here.
and Lee R. Thomas.
Present
Good
here. Oh, go ahead.
My name's Callie Storm. I'm the paralegal for Attorney Shafkos. We represent Mr. Lee Thomas.
Okay. All right, Ms. Odell, are you still wanting to go forward?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, thank you. If you both stand by, I'll come back to you. And Dr. Covington?
Yeah.
You Miss Franklin, Miss Covington, I got Jasmine.
It's fine.
Mr. DeBarge, you can just use this link at 12:30.
I'm actually sitting in my car. I'm not driving.
Either a petitioner.
Plan on presenting voicemails and documentary evidence, Your Honor.
All right, what about Jared Lewis? Do you have any witnesses, sir?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, if both of you just raise your right hand for me. All right, do y'all confirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but.
Yes, Your Honor. Come on, man.
That ain't me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay.
Somebody's I'm actually sitting in my car. I'm not driving. Somebody was just passing me, so
Oh, okay.
we'll pause around.
I think it's garbage pickup day. So,
It is.
all right, I don't really need an opening from anyone. So, Mr. Jordan Lewis, if you want to go ahead and state your case, and then I'll hear from Mr. Jared.
Sure, Your Honor. I think if you want to, I'm sure the court has read the narrative that I provided. I tried to, I'm going to try to present the evidence. Can you hear me well, Your Honor?
Yeah, there's just, it's got a little echo in the back. Go ahead.
Trying to get the phone a little closer here. One second. Okay, I don't know if that's any better, but so if you all have the narrative attached to the petition, Your Honor, the evidence offered.
So, Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up. I don't know if you, maybe that's it. You just don't have a good microphone connection there.
Is there a dial-in that I can where I can connect on my phone?
It's better if you stay near your microphone. I can hear you now.
Okay, then you know what? Let me sit down so I'm closer to the microphone.
I think sometimes if you're using this microphone on your laptop, if you turn your head, then it goes away.
Yeah, well.
So go ahead.
Is that better, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, it's better.
Okay. So I'll try to present the evidence as it lines up with the narrative attached to the petition.
Yeah. No, Mr. Lewis, it's just fading out. You're turning your head. Ms. Free, on that Zoom, I know on the one we sent out, there should be a phone number on the Zoom link, right?
We don't put it on the notice, but I'm pulling it up now and I'll put it in the chat.
All right, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, let me
the chat.
give me 1 second. I don't see the number.
She's gonna put it in the chat. So put it in the chat for you really quickly. Let me hear from Ms. Maverly Williams and and Ms. Raven Williams really quick. Maverly Williams and Raven Williams. Back to Lewis in a second. All right, Ms. Maverly Williams, do you have any witnesses other than yourself?
No, I don't.
All right, what about you, Ms. Raven Williams?
No.
Okay, both of you raise your right hand for me. Y'all swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. You just both nod your heads for me. All right, Ms. Maverly Williams, go ahead and you put your hands down. Go ahead, Ms. Maverly Williams, tell me what's happened. I want to hear what's happened between the two of you, not Ms. Raven Williams and someone else, just the two of you, okay? And I don't want to hear anything that anyone else said that's not here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so go ahead.
On,
Ms. Williams, your microphone's not working.
it's not.
It is now, but I'm not sure why. What's it?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Mass hysteria.
Okay, no.
A little loud.
No, it's not working good. Can't hear you. Nope. Williams, I'm not sure, but your microphone is, once again, it's going in and out. So it's not working good either. So sometimes if you have it running through Bluetooth, it's not going to work well. So while you figure that out, now Mr. Lewis is reconnected. Let's go back to the Lewis case. We'll get back to the Williams. Yeah, take it off mute though, Mr. Jordan Lewis. And mute your computer, else you're going to get a lot of feedback.
Yeah, is this better?
Better. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jordan Lewis.
Okay. What I was trying to say, Your Honor, was that I'm going to try to present the evidence in somewhat of a sequential manner as it's laid out in the narrative provided with the petition. You know, the respondent has a history of doing this over many years. There's probably at least 4 or 5 individuals with protective orders against him currently. And I hadn't heard from him in 5 or 6 years since the last time he threatened me. He happens to be my older adopted brother. And there's 2 of us that are biological, and my oldest brother is adopted. He's also done something similar to my other biological brother, as well as my parents, who have all sought protective orders against him. And now I'll go to
Mr. Jordan Lewis. Mr. Jordan Lewis, let me go ahead. Let me interrupt you real quick. I'm adopted too, but to me that really doesn't matter because he's your brother. So you don't have to. You don't have to differentiate between the two because even though I'm adopted, but go ahead.
Understood, Your Honor. I do think it is relevant because, you know, there's been issues with that my whole life. But in any case, I'll just move on to the evidence. So, on or about, I have to share my screen here.
All right.
Can you see it yet?
I can see it. Can you see it, Mr. Jared Lewis?
I'm looking now. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let me just read this.
All right, go ahead.
So on or about January 10th, as stated in the narrative in the EPO, I received about 6 or 7 phone calls, as well as text messages, threatening that there's going to be reparations against me, that he will be contacting my wife and employer, On the same day, he sent repeated calls and texts to my parents, and left them voicemails as well. That he's.
I apologize for the screen with the logo. The logo I had on record. I was at work when it was recording, so I didn't have time to take the logo down. So don't ransack the comments saying that I don't leave the logo up and I can't see the faces and blah, 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 blah.
Coming for my legal license and my career and my job. And he refers to me as their golden boy, Your Honor, because I'm the youngest, I guess. And you know, for whatever reason, he referred to me as such. So he told my parents he's coming to get their golden boy. And he specifically states on the voicemail that I'm going to play for you that he's doing it to hurt my parents. But so this is the police report that I filed on or about January 10th with the Roswell Police.
I'm trying to read the report.
This is the narrative right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I only filed a police report at that time, Your Honor. Then I didn't hear anything from him until January 30th, which I'll show you. So this is a screenshot of the missed calls from my telephone. Now, as you'll see, there's one call in there that's no caller ID. He uses, he's a professional stalker. He does this to many people. So he uses these apps that mask his number. So that's why it looks like all within a span of 5 minutes, my wife, who was sitting right next to me, called me, as well as my parent, my dad, friends of mine, you know, my wife a number of times while she was sitting next to me. So these calls are all from him. And he also left.
That's not true, Your Honor. That's not true, Your Honor. I called him. That is not true, Your Honor.
Mr. Jared Lewis, let me tell you, everybody on him, I will go ahead and take judicial notice that both sides think the other side's lying. So I'll hear from you in a second, okay? Mr. Jared.
I'll now play the first voicemail that was left on my personal phone, because after that he went on to start calling my work phone. Please let me know if you're unable to hear it, and I'll make it louder.
So, all right, well, you got it. If you share it, okay, yeah, we'll see.
I'm about to play it, Your Honor.
Did you hit the button that says share audio also?
Oh,
when you share your screen, there's a button you have to mark, you know, share audio.
Did it say join audio?
It may say join audio or share audio. So you may have to stop sharing and then reshare.
She says share sound, maybe.
Let's see. Whatever it says. I'm not IT.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Do you think you're gonna fucking get away with fucking raping a fucking innocent girl, bro? I'm never gonna let it happen, bro. I'm coming after you, coming after your fucking whole family, coming after your job, your fucking well-being, everything, bro. I'm coming after you. You ain't getting away with it, bro. No matter how fucking hard you try to fucking leave the state like a little pussy, because you knew you were gonna fucking lose your law license. No matter how hard you try, bro, I'm coming after you. I'm gonna tell Lindsay's father, Lindsay's mother, everybody what you did. You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking rapist. You're a pedophile. And I can't wait to put you in prison so you get fucked in your fucking ass every day like you deserve. You fucking creep, motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm gonna get my day. I promise you. I will not stop until I do. You're a fucking pedophile motherfucker. Understand?
Mr. Lewis, so now I can't hear what you said, Jordan.
Sorry, were you able to hear that?
Okay, yeah, I was able to hear that, yes.
Okay, I will now play, then Yeah, he then left a voicemail on my work phone that I will play.
Mr. Lewis, what was the date on that call?
January 30th, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and this one is the same day. This is immediately thereafter he started calling my work phone. So I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
That's what happens when you rape somebody.
Hey, Jordan Lewis, it's your brother. And guess what? I'll call you at whatever number I have to. But I'm telling you right now, you're not getting away with fucking raping my cousin. 100%. You're not practicing law. You're done. Okay, pal? All right? So whatever you want to do, fucking call me. 516-601-9971. That's my number, bro. Okay? Be a man. Stand up for yourself and stop hiding, bro. Because you're a fucking pussy, a rapist, a pedophile. Okay? Your wife, her family deserves to know what you are. You don't deserve the child that you have. That's why your child was born in the situation that she was born in, because of you. Okay? I pray that she's okay, and I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. But I will tell you this, man. Reparations are coming for you, bro. I'm gonna make sure that you suffer for the rest of your fucking life, just like I've suffered the whole beginning of my life because of what your fucking sick mother and sick father did to me as a kid.
And additionally provided for.
Okay? Now it's coming for you. You're done.
This matter.
I promise you that.
She's ready to make tone.
Okay, I'll now play. There was a subsequent voicemail. It's much shorter. That was left right after that on my work phone.
Same date?
Next call, pal.
Yes, Your Honor. This is immediately right after.
Next call, pal. I'll talk to you soon when you have the balls to answer the phone, you fucking little pussy.
The next voice message, Your Honor, was left same day. I believe this next one is left on my mother's phone. However, it's relevant because they're physical
I
threats.
object, Your Honor. That has nothing to do with this case.
Well, I think, Your Honor, when you hear the physical threats.
Mr. Jordan Lewis, that's on your mom's phone, and it wasn't a call to you.
He makes physical threats to me in the call, Your Honor.
But where is your mom so that she can authenticate it?
She's in North Carolina, and she's also filed an order of protection against him, setting forth all of these facts in the petition there as well. Which
In an effort to protect this man who's a rapist and a pedophile, who's going to be arrested in the next week or two by the NYPD for rape.
Right, so Mr. Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a minute. Anything else other than that message from your mother, Mr. Jordan Lewis?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You don't, Your Honor, I mean, how is it not relevant where he threatened to beat the fucking shit out of me?
Your mom would have to be here to authenticate it. You know the rules of evidence. I can't,
Well, Your Honor, his message, he states who he is and he states who he's talking to. It's the same voice, and he says, Mom. He threatens.
It's a message to her. It's not a message to you, Mr. Lewis. So just move on to the next one. I've heard these three. What else?
Okay, let me see.
You told him to stop calling you.
I'm sorry?
When have you told him to stop calling you?
He never did, Your Honor.
When have I told him to stop calling? I of course I did. I told him not to contact me, and it's probably 6 years ago, Your Honor, the last time he was threatening me.
You never said that.
And Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a second. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis. What else you got?
Sure. So I guess let me just check this voicemail. I think you're not going to want to hear it because these are threats made against me to my parents.
Well, I don't want to hear the voicemail to your parents' phone. I want to hear anything else directly to you.
But
there was no threat to him, Your Honor. There was no physical threat to him. There was no terroristic threat. And there was no harassment, and there was no stalking.
I'm putting you back on mute because you keep interrupting. I said I'm not going to hear the voicemail to y'all's parents. So go ahead, Mr. Lewis. Next, move on.
Okay, so this is the protective order filed by my father that he'll have a hearing on in the state of North Carolina in a few days. Are you interested in seeing? This is verified.
I see that he's got a TPO and that's fine. So he filed it
Okay.
there instead of here. I got it. He's filed one. I'll just take notice of that, but I don't need to see the
Sure.
content.
Sure. Here's one that's filed by my mother.
Okay.
Okay. Now, about 5 years ago, he did the same thing to my other brother.
Object, Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
This is where he got obtained an order of protection against him. And he, you know, I'll show you if you want to see more, but pretty much he filed false reports with Child Protective Services in the state of New York, claiming that my brother, just as now, he's sitting here.
That's just your brother. Just focus on what else he's done to you specifically.
Your Honor, I think it's highly relevant that he has outstanding warrants violating.
He's got some, that's fine. I don't need to know the details. They were granted. That's good enough. You got
Okay.
They were granted. That's good enough for me.
Okay, so it's not relevant, for example,
All I really want to hear about right now, Mr. Jordan Lewis, is anything else between the two of you.
okay, 1 second. Here's a threat that was made to me, as well as my brother and his ex-wife. This is a text message from Jared.
Is that to you?
This is to my brother. You,
Okay,
Andrea,
but-
that's
but-
and Jordan. That's my name, Jordan.
Mr. Jordan Lewis. That's here's, I mean, it's him. It's not your brother's. What else between you and him only?
Okay.
You and him. Ms. Merchant, Mr. Williams, did y'all come to an agreement or we gonna have a hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, we came to an agreement.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Lewis. What did you guys come to an agreement on?
We came to a consent with respect to a stay away. Again, I know, again, in time has passed, it does, Your Honor, that it would essentially reference that there had been a TPO filed, but the stay away from any social media with respect to my client, stay away from any direct or indirect contact with him or his family or with any of his associates from his work or places of work, and that he would be subject to criminal trespassing and stalking, misdemeanor stalking, should he violate the terms and conditions that we would present to the court.
Okay, and then do you want me to fight? I mean, so it's not gonna be a TPO. You kind of came to a little side agreement. Y'all want me to sign it and send it back to you, or do you want me to sign it and file it?
I have one that I've used before that I was going to draft and send over to Mr. Williams for review. I'm fine either way. I mean, it's as long as we agree, and then you could even reference it in the dismissal, whatever you prefer, Judge.
Okay, well, whichever that you folks prefer, I'll be glad to do it. So y'all can just email it to me or to Ms. Free. If y'all want me to sign it and send it back to you, or if you want it e-filed, that's fine too. We can do it. We'll still do the dismissal, and we can attach that, but it'll show the dismissal.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, y'all just when you're ready. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll send that to you, Mr. Williams, first.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge. Good to see you again.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. So, Mr. Jordan Lewis, anything else between the two of you? Good, Mr. Jared Lewis.
No, Your Honor. I think the threats that were made to me were sufficient. But you know, I do think that he has a history of doing this to many people is relevant. So, you know.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jared Lewis, let me hear what else you got to say now.
Your Honor, as far as the complaint's concerned, I mean, it states on there terroristic threats, harassment, harassing communications, stalking. Nothing that I have done fits those definitions. Your Honor, my brother Jordan here, and it is documented with
Here, Mr. Jared Lewis, is stuff that pertains to you calling him and threatening him, nothing about any other disagreement y'all have on the side. Just, he says he's told you to stop contacting him. And
which is false. He never said that. I mean, I haven't even received a text, not even a phone call back. He has not even answered the phone, Your Honor. As you can see, he was just playing messages that I left because he did not answer the phone and did not respond. He did rape and he did diddle my cousin for his whole entire life. He's an attorney, as you well know. He should not.
He said diddle.
Be practicing law, as far as I'm concerned. And he's going to be arrested within the next couple of weeks by the NYPD. My story can be verified with the.
what I'm concerned with is not any type of, I mean, you know, I don't know Mr. Lewis. He's a member of the bar. here
Correct,
in
which
the
you
state
should
of
not be.
Georgia. So, well, I mean, he passed a very vigorous background check and everything else that they do before you can get admitted to the bar. He's admitted to the bar. So he, of the character that he was able to take the state bar, and once he passed it, he was admitted to practice law in the state of Georgia. So what I want to know is why you keep calling him when he doesn't want you to call him.
Well, I was never informed that he didn't want me to call him. I figured that he would want to know that he's going to be arrested. My parents as well should know that he's getting arrested. Nothing that I've done as far as communicating with them that has been a threat. I said, yeah, he's done. He shouldn't be practicing law. Yes, that's correct. That's the truth. That was not a threat, though, Your Honor. There was no threats of physical violence. There was no threats of me coming there. I live in New York, Your Honor, on Long Island. There was no threats of me coming to Georgia or to anywhere else that he may be to intimidate him or anything like that. So therefore, I kind of feel like this is just a last way of silencing me and my cousin from getting himself arrested and losing his license to practice law, which is inevitably what's going to happen to him. You know, like I said, I basically don't feel like there's any need for a restraining order or anything like that because there is no physical threat or any type of violence that will be ensued. Everything will be done legally, of course. My cousin is in the process of pressing charges against him. He's already verified the story with the FBI.
Mr. Jared Lewis, that's not relevant to here today. So anything else you want to say about what here today that's going on between the two of y'all?
Yeah, like I said, well, no, anything. I think I've already said it. You know, like I said, there was no threat, no stalking, no harassment, as he stated on this fraudulent report that he made up with. He also said that I called him from other numbers and things like that. No, I did not, Your Honor. I called him from my number. I left him a message at his work, and I left him a message on his 2 cell phones. 1 message a piece. There's nothing else to it other than that. Which is, I mean, I didn't know calling somebody was against the law, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sorry, I actually forgot that there was an additional voicemail that was left with my employer that I'd like to play.
So I'm going to put this in place for 12 months. So Mr. Jared Lewis, you can't call him, can't reach out to him, can't contact him, can't have third parties contact him. There's something that you think has going on somewhere else, then let law enforcement do what they got to do. But you need to leave Mr. Jordan Lewis alone. And as long as both of you have put your emails in the chat, I'll send you a copy of the order later this afternoon. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, there it is, nerds. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had the nice fun watching those TPOs. Make sure you catch my lives 6 nights a week. Thank you for all your support. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. See you later, nerds.